What is the spiritual dream meaning of milk?
To really get it, we have to talk about a woman who fed the entire world but couldn't feed herself.
And look, let's be crystal clear. This is not a metaphor. While the entire world watched her cradling the sick, comforting the dying, Princess Diana was secretly, literally starving. In a palace. I mean, think about that. The woman who is pure nurture to the world couldn't nourish her own body.
She was just 19 years old when she walked into the royal family, right? She was looking for a home, and what she found was an emotional Arctic tundra, a husband who loved someone else, and a system that demanded she give everything while it gave her absolutely nothing back.
And this right here, this is the crucial point. Publicly, she was mother to millions, the literal definition of nurture. But privately, she was battling a secret disease, starving, for the exact same care she gave away so freely to everyone else. You see, her bulimia, what she called her secret disease, it wasn't about the food. Not really. It was a physical scream. Her body was acting out the one truth her voice was never allowed to speak. I am empty. No one is feeding me.
And listen, this is not just some history lesson. Her story is a warning, and it's exactly why that dream you had about milk might just be trying to save your life right now.
Okay, so let's get right into this. Because this dream, it's not asking about your sleep, it's asking about your life. And it's doing it with some very urgent questions.
So, first question. Take a hard look at your life. Who are you pouring all your energy into? And then, who is pouring back into you? I mean, be brutally honest with yourself. If you made two lists right now, would they even remotely match? The gap between those two lists, it might just shock you.
Okay, next. Are you purging your own needs to keep other people comfortable? Are you swallowing your own desires, your own truth, just to keep the peace? Are you literally making yourself sick just so everyone else can be comfortable? And let's get really specific here. What is that hunger inside of you? Is it your creativity that's starving? Your ambition? Your spirit? What part of you is crying out to be fed? And have you been ignoring it for so long you can barely even hear its voice anymore?
Now, let's go back to the dream itself. Think about the milk. How did it show up? Was it flowing freely? Was there plenty of it? Or was it sour? Was it spilled? Was it just out of reach? The state of that milk in your dream, that's the state of your nourishment in real life. I need you to hear this. These are not soft, gentle questions for you to write about in your journal. These are survival questions. Your entire well-being, everything, depends on how you answer them.
And the reason these questions hit so hard, it's because milk isn't just food. It's one of the most ancient, most primal symbols our species has, ever. I mean, think about it. In pretty much every culture, every spiritual tradition on Earth, milk means the same core things: maternal love, deep nourishment, and that fundamental, life-giving connection that holds us all together. So let's just boil it down. This dream, it's a warning light on your dashboard. It starts flashing when your core connections are dangerously out of whack. It means you're overgiving, you're under-receiving, you're grieving a bond you lost, or maybe you're resisting a new one that could finally actually nourish you.
And that brings us to the final, and honestly, the most important point of all. This dream is not a gentle suggestion. It is not some cute little symbol for you to analyze over your morning coffee. It is an order.
This is the truth that Princess Diana's whole life just screams at us. You cannot nourish others from a place of emptiness. It's a fundamental law, it's physics, and it's the soul. Eventually, you don't just run dry, you break.
So this dream, think of it as an intervention from your own soul. It's grabbing you by the shoulders and it's saying, "Sister, sit down and let yourself be fed."
This is not some pretty passive image just floating through your mind.
It is a directive, it's a command to change the entire dynamic of your life right now before you end up just like her, starving in your own palace.
So the only question that matters now, the one this whole dream has been screaming at you, is this: will you let yourself be fed?
Part 2. Okay, so we've talked about what milk means. Now, we need to listen. We need to listen to what it's trying to warn you about.
Look, the dream of milk isn't just sending you one message. Nope, it's sending 10 different urgent deliveries straight from your soul. So listen up, because I promise you, One of them is yours.
And let's be clear, these are not gentle little nudges. These are non-negotiable warnings. We're starting with the biggest red flags. So dreaming of sour milk, that's your intuition screaming at you. It's your body saying, hey, that thing you're consuming, emotionally, spiritually, that relationship, it's gone bad. And the thing is, you're still trying to drink it. You know exactly what this is about, don't you? That job, that friendship, that dynamic that just feels wrong. Your spirit is done being subtle. It's literally sending you the smell. And the work here is simple, but oh, it is not easy. You have to name the situation, say the words out loud, and then this week you take one single step away. Okay, next up, the dream of unprocessed loss. And this is for you if you were ever told, don't cry over spilled milk. Well, guess what? In your dreams, that milk on the floor is the grief. It's a loss you haven't dealt with, an opportunity that slipped right through your fingers. Your mind is holding on to something that's never been fully processed. And this dream, it's a direct command, grieve. I'm not talking about just talking about it or performing your sadness for others. I mean, actually sit in it. So you're gonna write a letter to that relationship, to that childhood you lost, to that version of yourself you had to abandon. And you do not hold back. You spill it all on the page. You let it be the milk on the floor. All right, now for the most startling warning of all. Milk mixed with blood. I know, but don't flinch. This one is absolutely vital. This is an ancient symbol. It's sacrifice and sustenance all rolled into one. It means the nourishing thing is also the hard thing. You get this dream when you're facing one of those impossible choices, right? Like leaving a situation that at one time really fed you. But listen, the dream isn't telling you to run away. It's telling you, yes, this will cost you something, and it will also sustain you. Both things are true. So yeah, this is your sign. It's time to have that hard conversation. You already know exactly what you need to say. Okay, let's switch gears and look at how you're giving your energy away. Dreaming of breastfeeding. Listen, whether you're a mother or not, this dream has nothing to do with babies. It's about what you are nurturing, and it's asking a razor-sharp question. What are you feeding? A person, a project, a habit? Is it just draining you without giving a single thing back? When you have this dream, it's a signal that you are in a profound phase of spiritual creation. Something is literally being born through you, and that requires you to be fierce, to protect your energy. So do the audit. Figure out what's feeding you back and give it more. It's that simple. This next one, it's tricky. It honors you and warns you in the very same breath. If you're dreaming of giving milk to a stranger, it means your spiritual gift is generosity. But, and this is a big but, it's also your wound. You're the person who gives to people who haven't earned it, right? To people who maybe never will. And that's your greatest strength, but it's also your most dangerous vulnerability. Because giving from a place of depletion, that is not generosity. It's self-abandonment wearing a pretty mask. So from now on, for every single act of giving, you have to ask, is this from my overflow or am I running on fumes? Okay, this next dream is a call to come back to what's real. I'm talking about dreaming of animal milk. Cow, goat, doesn't matter. It's about primal, earthy nourishment. It's a sign that you are living way too much in your head, in your phone, in the performance of who you think you're supposed to be. Your spirit is absolutely starving for something real. Your spirit is pulling you back to something ancestral. It's asking a huge question. Who is your village? Are you out here trying to do all this alone? It's time to rebuild your relationship with physical nourishment and to treat it like a spiritual practice. So what happens when the good stuff finally shows up? Dreaming of drinking milk is maybe the most direct message you can get. It's simple. Nourishment is being offered to you. The only question is, in the dream, do you drink it or do you push it away? And if you refuse the milk in the dream, well, that means you've been taught that your needs are a burden, that wanting care somehow makes you weak. And that belief, it is not protecting you. It is slowly killing you. So here's your task. This week, find that one person who offers support that you always deflect, and just once, let them in. Just watch what happens. And while we're on the subject of receiving, let's get one thing straight. Abundance is not on its way. It isn't coming soon. It is here, right now. You're standing right in front of it. You're just paralyzed by fear or distracted by things that don't matter. Dreaming of an overflowing cup of milk. That means a major breakthrough is so close. And the only thing standing in your way is your own fear of actually getting what you want. So what is it? What's the one good thing you've been dismissing or minimizing? Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop trying to be perfect. Just engage with it this week. Okay, this next one is a call for ceremonial restoration. Yeah, I said ceremonial. To dream of bathing in milk, that's your spirit telling you it's time to restore yourself. Not just like getting enough sleep, but as a sacred act. This dream usually shows up after a long, long period of neglect, when you've been treating yourself like a machine instead of a holy being. So you need to create a restoration ritual. It doesn't have to be complicated. A bath with intention, a journaling practice, whatever. But it has to be intentional, and you have to do it weekly. This is your medicine. And finally, this is what happens when you ignore all the other warnings. This is the end of the line. Dreaming that you're unable to produce milk is not about failure. It's burnout, speaking to you in sacred symbols. It's that feeling of being completely dry, empty, unable to give anything to anyone, even when you desperately want to. This is a red alert, a code red signal from your body. Your system isn't broken, okay? It's just exhausted. Rest is not optional anymore, so I need you to schedule it. 72 hours. And in that time, you are not responsible for anyone else's emotional needs. Put it in your calendar and treat it like the life or death appointment that it is, because it is. So you see, all 10 of these dreams, from sour milk to bathing in it, they all boil down to one single point. If you are constantly pouring, purging, giving, and constantly refusing to receive, you are not being selfless, you're slowly disappearing. And every single variation is your soul asking you one core question. And it's not just about food, it's about everything. Emotionally, spiritually, in your relationships. Are you really allowing yourself to be fed?
Part 3. The spiritual dream meaning of milk, what you do now.
Okay, let's get one thing straight. Understanding a dream, it means nothing if you do nothing with it. So this is how you take that message your soul is screaming at you and turn it into a life you actually want to wake up to. No more excuses, it's time to act.
All right, first things first, we're gonna rebalance your energetic books. Think of it like this. It's time for a full-blown audit of your soul to figure out exactly where you are bleeding energy.
So really ask yourself this: where is your life force actually going? Not where you think it's going, but where is it really being spent? Well, we're about to find out, and it's going to be simple and it's non-negotiable.
Okay, I want you to set a timer for 20 minutes. That's it, just 20 minutes. Grab a piece of paper and draw 2 columns. The left one, what I give. I mean, list every single thing. Your partner, your kids, your boss, your friends, that neighbor you help out, all of it. And on the right, what comes back. Now, for each person or role you listed, you need to write down the emotional or spiritual energy that actually returns to you. And you've got to be brutally honest here, no sugarcoating.
Now look at the space between those 2 columns. See those gaps? The places where you give and get, well, pretty much nothing back? That's not just a blank space on a page. That is where your life force is draining away. You know it. You already know which relationship is the biggest black hole. And look, your next step isn't to burn it all down. It's to have one honest conversation. And you're going to have it this week, not next month, not when things calm down, this week.
So that audit, it's not just a one-time thing. It becomes a new rule for your life, a daily practice. From now on, before every single time you give something to someone, your time, your energy, whatever, I want you to stop, take one single breath, and ask yourself this question: am I coming from fullness or am I coming from depletion?
And the answer dictates your next move. If you're full, awesome. Give freely, give with your whole heart. Go for it. But if the answer is depletion, if you are running on empty, that's a hard stop. You pause. Maybe you give a lot less. Or maybe, just maybe, you ask for something first. And let's be clear, this isn't about being selfish. This is about survival. It's the difference between being a person who can actually help others and being a person who just collapses from pure exhaustion.
Because here's the bottom line. This is the one thing your dream is screaming at you night after night after night. You cannot give what you do not have. Period.
Okay, moving on. Section 2, protecting your inner self. Because, let's be real, it's time to build some actual, practical, daily defenses for your spirit. Because right now, it's out there completely exposed.
Just think about your to-do list for a second. Go on, picture it. I bet it says things like finish report, pick up groceries, do laundry.
right? Eat, sleep, work, repeat. I can pretty much guarantee your spirit is not on that list. And that is why you keep having these dreams. They are not just dreams. They are a desperate cry for help.
So here's the fix, and it's so simple. You can't make an excuse. Step 1, choose one thing that actually feeds your soul. Just one. Step 2, you're going to do it for 10 minutes every single day. It is non-negotiable. Step 3, keep it up for 21 days straight. Yeah, it sounds small. That's the whole point. It has to be small because you need something you can actually do today, not someday. And you are going to protect those 10 minutes like you would protect a child from running into traffic. You're going to guard them fiercely. Why? Because you are the child who needs protecting right now. Just sit with that for a second. Okay, let's talk about the dream itself. It's not some random one-time visitor knocking at your door. It is a messenger, and it's giving you raw data. It is time you stopped being haunted by it and started tracking it like a scientist.
Here's your protocol. Super simple. You're going to keep a journal right by your bed. The second you wake up, before you even check your phone, you're going to write for 5 minutes. Stream of consciousness. Don't edit, don't judge, just write. Then, and this is key, you answer these 3 specific questions. 1, was I giving or receiving nourishment? 2, who was with me? And 3, what was the core emotion I was carrying?
So why are we doing this? Because pattern recognition is power. After 30 days of this, you won't just have a notebook full of weird dreams. You are going to have a literal map of the emotional terrain your soul is trying to navigate every night. And with a map, you can actually respond to what's happening, instead of just waking up and trying to survive it. And that brings us to our third and final section, connecting to your source. This is where we go deeper. This is for those moments when the emptiness feels bigger than just you, when you know you need to break through the isolation and connect with something sacred.
You know, in so many ancient traditions, think of the Hindu practice of abhisheka, for example. The physical act of offering nourishment, like pouring milk, is the exact same act that allows you to receive grace. It's a beautiful paradox. Giving and receiving become the very same thing. So I want you to create your own simple ritual. Once a week, prepare a small offering. It can be milk, tea, even just water. And then you pour it. Maybe for a deity, an ancestor, or maybe you pour it for the little girl you used to be. And as you pour it, you have to speak out loud. Say what you're asking for, and say what you are finally releasing. Look, this isn't some performance for Instagram. This is a private, gritty, real act of reprogramming your own sense of worthiness.
Which brings us to a really important point, and we need to talk about Princess Diana. People think her tragedy was just about a bad marriage. It wasn't. The real killer, the thing that slowly and invisibly suffocated her, was isolation. Let me say that again because it is that important. Isolation is a life-threatening condition. And listen, this has nothing to do with being an introvert or loving your independence. This is different. This is the state you enter when your pain has absolutely nowhere to go. So here's your next assignment. It's 2 steps. First, I want you to identify one place, one community that might actually nourish your spirit. I don't care if it's a book club, a yoga class, a hiking group, whatever. Then, step 2, just show up. Once. That's it. You don't have to be charming. You don't even have to talk to anyone. You are just showing up to create the first tiny crack in that wall of isolation. And all of this, it brings us to one final mandate. What this all boils down to for you, right here, right now. Think about Diana again. She deserved to be held. She deserved to be truly seen. She deserved to receive even a fraction of the nourishment she so freely gave to the entire world. And you know what? So do you.
That dream you keep having, that dream of milk, it's not a puzzle. It's a message from the deepest, truest part of yourself, and it's saying one thing loud and clear. You are allowed to be fed, so please, receive it.